Coffee with Andy and family.
He's gonna do it. I can feel it.
Hey!
I knew it was coming. It's kind of like a sneeze. You can feel it coming.
Good morning, guys. Micah just reminded me it
I
is
needed my coffee.
Saturday, January 14th, and we are headed to Macon, Georgia, as a family, to celebrate the life of my uncle, Uncle David. David Eugene Duncan, who was an amazing man, with an amazing,
South Carolina roads.
South Carolina roads there for you. Amazing walk in life and in faith and in service to others. So this is a celebration. It's not a boohoo fest at all. I'm really looking forward to hearing stories and learning new things about my uncle. And those are my only regrets in these situations, is I didn't know that portion of them. For example, I had a great aunt, Martha, my grandmother's sister, who was a special lady, very special lady, and worked, a hard worker, supported her family, amazing, and was a side hustler, always was. She worked for Slater, South Carolina Water Department. She was their billing person. She did bookkeeping and accounting. She also worked for Milliken Fabrics, textiles. Not only in accounting, but over in their weave department and their design department. And we found out at her funeral that she had filed and was who came up with the weave of Kevlar that goes into bulletproof vests.
And held the patent on it.
And held the patent of it. Was it probably 50 years ago now? That's some amazing stuff. And to be able to find those things out about your friends, your relatives, that I had no clue, was really neat. So I'm looking forward to that. This is kind of our weekly check-in. It'll be under Coffee with Andy. I'm still going to do my coffee with, and
Except he's drinking Andy and Tracy's coffee. I keep feeling like I need to slow down, and then I come around the corner and it's even more wide open than it was.
The Hardee's coffee's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
The kids...
That's the level of rating is not bad, right?
Right. It is not spectacular. It is not as spectacular as the prime rib we had last night.
Oh, yes, it was delicious.
Which was the best prime rib I've ever had, not at a restaurant. It might be...
It's pretty good.
It might be the best prime rib I've ever had last night. Ever. And I'm a prime rib guy. It beat Coin Jock by a mile, but if you're going through Coin Jock...
It's kind of like you have to. They should sell prime rib bites at Coin Jock, just so you can say, I had prime rib at Coin Jock.
Just a
if you don't
petite,
like the big one.
like
yeah, like
4 or 5 ounce.
Like a bite, like literally a slice.
So Coin Jock is in North Carolina. It's up on the Elizabeth River, right?
No, it'll come to me. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Albemarle Sound.
Yeah, coming up.
That
yeah.
whole area up there. Very fresh water. Remote.
Is it fresh water? I mean, you know you got in it.
Too soon.
Too soon?
Too soon. Too soon.
Wow.
Too soon, Blue. A hole in the wall. There's not fuel for 40 miles either side of it, at least. There's nowhere to anchor for
40 miles.
30 something miles going north, and there's no real good place to anchor for 4 or 5 miles south of it. But it is this remote Hatfield McCoy's kind of place. It's now owned by one marina, but they have prime rib. Way beef. Michael's prime rib way beat that. And I got sidetracked, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So, what are we doing? Where are we at? Our boat's still in Charleston. We're finishing up the big projects. Last weekend, we brought our boat out on a sea trial and tested all of our new nav equipment. And I don't think you've been on a video in a couple of weeks. The boat did well. The nav equipment did well. Other than after we got off the dock, it started rebooting. And that wasn't good. And pulled out my phone to check some other systems, and our 12 volt power was running at 20. I ran down and ripped the mattress up. I'm in the cabinet trying to adjust it, ripping wires out to take the voltage regulators offline of the Yanmars. Got that big power upgrade, the big nav upgrade. I was thinking all the magic smoke was going to come out of everything. Once the magic smoke comes out, you can't put it back in.
It's like a Baku.
It's like a Baku. Baku's a fairy tale genie in a bottle that's in a troublemaking imp. Also a really good rum. Brought to you by Baku. No, it's not. But
Yes,
I would
it
love
is.
to be. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Where's snow? But
We don't want any snow.
we don't want any snow. The
West City.
name that movie. So had to take voltage regulators offline. Ordered some replacement ones, and got 2 engines and 2 alternators. So I've got to get those alternators regulated. I've got to get them talking to each other so they don't produce high, produce low, produce high, produce low. I want them to produce, when I'm running the engines, let's make use of that power and throw the energy into our battery system. So took a while to get those to come in. I started on the install yesterday. And I got one of the engines done and tested. So regulator over on, this would be my starboard, regulator on port. I got port done, the center regulator, and I've got the starboard one mounted and about half wired up. I've got to pull some wires across the boat because I decided to mount them all in one location, and there's only 3 sense wires that need to go across. One for ignition, one for stator excitement, and the other one for I'm really not sure. I don't
Well,
know.
if you don't know.
I could look at the diagram and it would tell me. It's the blue wire,
Yeah, you might want to do that.
the white wire, and the ignition wire. Other than that, I'm good. So the install's not been so bad, other than I'm kind of disappointed in Balmar. I talked to them when we were at the Annapolis Boat Show, and they thought highly of themselves. Was that a coyote?
Crow. Oh, no. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I didn't see what it was eating.
And was hoping not to have to use them, but they're the industry standard. They're who everyone uses. Got the regulators in with their wiring harnesses, and when you put them in in dual mode in a center filter, all the wiring harnesses that they give you, you don't use at all. So you have to make your own wiring harness. So I'm doing my very best to make it pretty and color code things and make it consistent through the whole thing. So if I ever have to troubleshoot it, that's the yellow wire, that's the blue wire, that's the brown wire. But they advertised one of the regulators that I bought says Bluetooth. Really tiny little print. Ready with shunt and dongle. So you have to spend $200 more to be able to program it and monitor it from your smartphone. So to program it, you've got a 3-digit LCD, and you have to use a magnet on the end of a screwdriver in a certain spot, and it lights up, and then it starts blinking, and it goes through all these options, and it might might take an hour to
Hard to
2
like this
hours
explanation.
to program this thing. So I need help programming it because I'm probably going to just commit Harry Carey if I have to sit through it and do it all myself. Other than that, what else do we have to do on the boat, Mom? I've been talking a lot. Good talk.
Oh, are you done?
No, I'm asking you.
What do we have to do? We have to polish and wax the boat, or at least a few areas of the boat,
Okay.
so that we can then apply the new name of our boat.
Yep.
And we have to put dinghy numbers on, letters, numbers, whatever, registration. So we don't get harassed by DNR again.
Right.
I'm sorry. They were just looking out for our best interest, right?
They were. We got 2 subscribers out of it.
That's true. That's true. If you're still watching.
If you're still watching, Maryland DNR. Safety third.
Yeah, well, and part of the thing is, like, you get told different things by different people and what's actually the truth, and sometimes it's just the path of least resistance, and I don't know. What's true in one area may not be true in another as far as what you need to do, have to do, should do.
Coast Guard regs say that you can have a toy tender, a boat to service your big boat. Our boat is Coast Guard registered, so we don't have to register that boat in any state. And our toy tender, our TT, should fall under that same registration and allow us not to have to pay state taxes everywhere we go. But
the state taxes are a whole whopping $35
so
for the state of Georgia.
for the state of Georgia, it's $35 for a dinghy, and it covers for 3 years, boat and motor.
Right.
The real problem is every state wants to harass you in one different way or another. I believe
They all want their money to use their salt water that God made.
and their state regulations are different in that I think in South Carolina you have to be line of sight from your big boat.
Oh, really?
So if you go around the corner or go around a building, you're technically in violation of state regs.
Interesting.
So there's
That's
nuances.
so pretty. Look at that tree.
That is pretty.
Sorry.
And Florida wants to tax everything that sits still down there for more than a couple of months. Just because they don't have state income taxes, they got to make the revenue another way. So we're doing our best to try to be legal and stay legit. So we got Michael did me a favor. Came over last week and showed me how to refurbish the gel coat on my boat with a buffing wheel and medium rubbing compound and light rubbing compound. The problem we have now is we've got 2 really nice, shiny, smooth spots that you can see from anywhere in the marina. And it glows.
You can probably see it on a satellite image. So now we gotta make the rest of the boat look like that.
And it's just sweat equity.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are watching. Quinn and
Chris and Quentin?
yes,
Waters? Yeah.
Chris and Quinn. They had their boat waxed in Beaufort, South Carolina, and I almost threw up when I heard how much that costs. Wow.
There's a reason.
A little bit of vomit did come up in my mouth. Not a lot, just a little. So there's a reason for all that, because it's sweat equity. Ooh, wow, big bump. And it might take 40 or more hours of real hard work to do the boat. You say, well, you got all these kids back there.
But it's tedious work.
It's very tedious, and you could damage the gel coat, so I'm going to get really good at it before I start passing it along. I think Riley would be excellent at it, actually. Boys are doing good. I want to brag for Cammie for a second. we stopped at Hardee's and walking out the door, and he turned around and saw that there was our trash was left on the table across the restaurant. He walked inside all the way across the restaurant and threw that away before he left that restaurant. So big shout out for Tammy.
We left trash?
We did.
Oh, I usually turn around and look behind us. Guess I'm just not on my game today.
You've been a little off. You okay?
No. No, not okay.
Not okay?
Not okay.
Oh, we've got a duck hunting line going down the highway at 60 miles an hour next to us.
Oh, careful. Oh, sorry.
Wow. It's almost like New Jersey roads there for a second.
Or Georgia.
Or Georgia. Well,
Goodness.
okay. Anything else we need to work on?
Yeah, we've got to provision the boat. If we're going to take off the Wild Blue Yonder.
We do have to provision the boat. We're selling this van.
Got to sell our van. Stock up on food.
Selling the van's
Figure out where to put everything.
been tough on me mentally. I don't know why. It's the real last tie back we have to the
Yeah.
land.
We don't just jump in the van and run home again.
Right. I've always had cars. I've always had a lot of cars. A spare car.
And give me one while I'm waiting.
Get me one while I'm waiting. So this is the last little band-aid we've got to rip off. It's really, and it becomes more and more difficult the more you travel to hopscotch your vehicle down with you. So just going from Myrtle Beach to Charleston, that's a couple-hour car ride each way to go get it. It's pain. You got to find somebody, or you got to rent a car, or do something to go get your other car. And we've just got to learn to walk more.
Or and there is, like, now there's Uber. Back when I was traveling before, there wasn't Uber. You relied on some contact you had made somewhere that was willing and had the time to go take you to the grocery store, or you just go to places that you know there's a grocery store that's accessible. And thank God for modern navigation and Uber. All I have to say.
Well, I'm gonna up you on that one a little bit. I think we're gonna meet a lot more people this way.
You will.
And make more friends and acquaintances, and some of you guys might have the opportunity to
Take me to the grocery store?
take her to the grocery store, take me to the grocery store, go to the hardware store, the chandlery or something. I didn't say that word right.
The what?
Chandlery.
Chandler. Yes, that's right.
Chandlery.
That's the right word.
Say chandlery. Chandler.
It's Chandler.
Chandler.
With a Y at the end. Chandler.
So do we have any questions we need to leave with the guys, or the folks? Rodrigo and all six of Penelope.
I don't think so.
No?
No. Just have some things to finish up in the next few days, and then we are headed south to warmer climes.
We are. I think the alternator is the last big install I got to do. Or not the alternator, that last voltage regulator. This has been a huge upfit. Not just from a financial standpoint, but we've saved so much money by doing it ourselves. And we've had help, and we've had some guidance, and most of it's pull your big boy pants up and just do it.
Well, and thankfully you understand it, because I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. I just don't. I don't understand it all. I don't know how power works. Like, I have a basic understanding.
I'll get you there. You got to dock
No,
it.
I'll get you there.
You got to dock it. I'll make sure the boats.
You keep it running on the way there.
I'll make sure everything stays.
And we're going to work on that.
Absolutely. I enjoy being at the helm. Usually don't have the attention span for it. Are we supposed to get off here?
No.
Oh, but we are in Beaufort.
Beaufort. Oh my word.
I need to go to a West Marine at some point.
Okay, well, you're not going to the one in Buford because it is a sad
I need
little place.
to look that up because I need to get some wire connectors.
Did you ever go to this one?
No.
Well, they ain't gonna have them there. If they do, it's because they've been there for years because nobody knows they're there.
Okay.
It's a sad little place.
We're looking forward to seeing Sailing in Faith. When we go south, Sailing Isla's coming back through.
And meeting new people. Riley's been chatting with some other teen boats that we had kind of tag teamed down the East Coast with, and then they all crossed over, and now one took off for Dominican Republic, and the other one just headed south down to South America. But the teen boats are out there.
They are.
And the new discovery is my kids actually like younger children. Like, yeah, younger children.
Nick Bragg. Nick is great with young kids. Awesome.
I think he just likes little Annie. She's so cute.
Well, I'm going to wrap this one up, guys, for Saturday, January 14th. Talk to you soon. Pick up after yourselves. Tell your friends and family you love them.
Any kids have anything to say? I think they're asleep. No, they're asleep.
Spay and neuter your pets.
Yeah.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right.